After exporting the coronavirus to the entire planet, China is sending satellites into space. The pandemic, which has now taken almost 5 lakh lives worldwide, has not derailed China's space domination plans. Today, China completed the deployment of its global navigation system, a network of 35 satellites that will now power China's own navigation system. One with a position accuracy of 10 centimeters. And it's the latest arm in China's bid to snoop on the world.
Sitting far away from a collapsed global health system, these engineers oversaw a historic launch. In less than 30 minutes after this rocket went to space, China declared mission accomplished.
Now I declare that the launch mission of the latest BDS satellite this time has achieved a complete success.
More than 100 countries are fighting the Wuhan coronavirus, but China is chasing space domination. The satellite joins 34 others to complete what China calls the Beidu navigation satellite system. Beidu is the Mandarin name for the Big Dipper constellation. China's global navigation system is now in its third version. It wants to stop depending on foreign GPS systems. Beidu is made for all purposes, from map-based navigation on smartphones for civilians to guiding the weapons of People's Liberation Army. It was a moment of extreme humiliation that led to the development of Beidu. Back in 1996, China lost its missiles fired across the Taiwan Strait. It was a move to deter Taiwan from moving towards independence. But China had egg on its face when it lost track of 2 missiles. Later, the Chinese blamed their failure on a sudden disruption of GPS. China has spent $10 billion on its global GPS network, something that has been in the works since the late 1990s. Before Beidu, China was dependent on the American GPS system, even for its military. With the tensions between China and America escalating, the full deployment of Beidu was the need of the hour. In case of a military conflict with the United States, Beidu will keep the Chinese military online.
The launch of the final satellite marks the completion of the global constellation deployment. As I mentioned before, it also marks the full completion of our country's 3-step strategy for the navigation satellite system. In the meantime, it is also of paramount significance as one of the key indicators showing our country has taken a step further towards becoming an aerospace power.
Beidu opens more doors for Beijing. The new Chinese global navigation system will now become a part of China's push to expand its technological influence globally. There are only a few players in the global GPS game. All of these systems are in the hands of governments. Several countries use the American GPS right now. Russia has its own system called GLONASS. The Europeans have the Galileo system. India has its own regional system called the Indian Regional Navigation Satellite System, or IRNSS. Similarly, Japan has the Quasi-Zenith Satellite System, or QZSS. And now China is the new player in the global market. But don't expect Beijing to just give away Beidu. Last week, the Chinese state media described the navigation system as a gold key of your home that should only be kept in your own hands. Bureau Report, WION, World is One.